Well, good morning. Welcome to this feast day of St. Mark the Evangelist. This is the 25th of April, and this is his annual feast day. We know well that Mark is the writer of the second gospel in the New Testament, although many scholars suggest that he probably was the first one to commit to writing the words and deeds of Jesus for our benefit and the benefit of generations to come. So let's take a look at this image of St. Mark. Here he is. And I just want you to notice that he's definitely the evangelist, because you can see that in his left hand he's got a quill pen. It looks like he's writing a book. That's, of course, the gospel. And notice how his head is tilted toward the heavens as he looks to that hand that's coming out of the cloud representing God. The suggestion, of course, is the divine inspiration of the Holy Scriptures, particularly his gospel. And so he is not merely giving us his own opinion per se, but instead is very obedient to the commands of God in his work to evangelize. Also very prominent in this image and many images of St. Mark is the symbol of the lion. This is represents one of the four divine messengers that is depicted in a very vivid image from the gospel, or from the prophet Ezekiel. And the lion is one of them, and that's attributed to Mark. We also recognize that same image in the book of Revelation. So the Christian tradition has picked up that image, that vision of Ezekiel, and made it its own. And so of the four messengers, then the lion represented by Ezekiel in Revelation is given to Mark. In a particular way, the gospel begins with how Mark is most primarily concerned, that is, the identity of Jesus, when it says, the gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. And so throughout the words and actions of the gospel writer Mark, we see his preoccupation, his desire that we might know fully who Jesus was, not simply an ordinary human being, but instead the Son of God, fully human, fully divine. The gospel of Mark, we know, also begins with the figure of John the Baptist, this voice crying out in the wilderness, also a suggestion of this roaring lion that is associated with the symbolism of St. Mark. But in the end, we're grateful for St. Mark's ministry for us. You can just imagine how our lives would be different if we didn't have the testimony of this great evangelist to help us see who Jesus was, truly God, truly human, the Son of God. So we ask his intercession today that we might grow in faith in who it was that he professed, Jesus, the Son of God, and with faith in Christ, might rest in a confident hope that he will provide for us always. God bless you, and St. Mark, pray for us.